Let's do this. Well, I never expected this. Who would have thought we'd be back here again so soon? We are on a study tour of Great Britain with the intention of learning the country's legal practices. In order to research the latest court procedures here, we need as much court experience as possible. Well, yes, I suppose that's true, but for the person in the dock, it may well be his or her one and only time in court, and it could be life-changing. In which case, treating it as research may seem a little crass. Oh, when you put it like that, you're quite right. Oh, good morning. Who's this? Oh, hi. Yes, hi. Ah, Mr. Natsume. Good morning. He's so twitchy. Gosh. Oh dear, are you alright? Your eyes are terribly bloodshot. The early bird catches the worm, as they say here in Britain. Yes, I've heard that expression. But I really don't want to catch a worm. So I tried desperately not to wake up early, but I was so worried I couldn't catch a wink. Oh. I mean, yes, you know, nerves, right? Nerves will always make people not have good sleep the night before. It's normal. And now, I'm absolutely exhausted as a result. Do all literary people take things so literally? I don't know. Thank you for putting your faith in us today, Mr. Natsume. Oh, it's okay, it's okay. I wish I had 9 lives. My whole future hangs in the balance. I'm too terrified to tremble. Oh, you're trembling right now though. Really? Because I can feel tremors in the floor. I can't do this. I can't take it. Although, locum student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire. Yes? I caught a glimpse of the public gallery as I walked by the courtroom. It looked like the opening night of the opera. There were so many people. I had no idea my case was such a notorious affair here in London. Oh, neither did I. Wait, really? Do you know why that might be, Miss Susato? I'm sorry, Mr. Naruhodo, but I have no idea. So that all-knowing look on your face is just coincidence then, is it? Huh. Don't hide the truth from me. It's because of the Reaper, isn't it? Oh, they came here to watch? Lord Van Zeeks? Is that right, Miss Susato? Really? I purchased as many different newspapers as I could find this morning, and yes, Lord Van Zeeks is on the front page of every one. Why? I knew it. Sometime after the prosecutor was dubbed the Reaper of the Bailey, he stopped appearing in court, it seems. It's been several years now, in fact, until the day before yesterday. Yes, Inspector Gregson told us something similar, didn't he? Yeah, he did mention something along the lines, right? The trial 2 days ago marked Lord Van Zeeks' return to the courtroom after a very long hiatus. The trial of Magnus McCudert. What a harrowing experience that was. I believe their appearance made even greater waves here in the capital than today's. But we wouldn't have realized, of course, having only just arrived in country. Why is the Reaper back in the Bailey so soon for what appears to be a mundane murder? Huh. That's the question the papers are asking, and they are all speculating various answers. Mundane? Mundane is the most significant saga of the century to some of us. What do you mean? Well, I mean no offense, Mr. Natsume, but that is how the papers are describing it. Well, lest we also forget the fact that it could spark an international incident. Obviously, the reappearance of this infamous prosecutor has caught people's attention. But there's another blatant similarity with the trial of 2 days ago. Yes, I agree. Locum student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire, it's you! Oh. Me? Well, I suppose that's true. Both times, it is you who stands against this legendary prosecutor. It can only mean that you're friends with the Reaper. No. Please, I don't rub shoulders with Deathbringers. Haha. I'm afraid that there's really only one other explanation. It can only be another example, Mr. Naruhodo, of your uncommon bad luck. What? Thanks for that. Please, Susato, always so brutal. Oh, this is just my luck. Why must I be represented by a man with such frail fortune? Hey. Be glad that someone is representing you at least. By the least lucky lawyer alive. Excuse me, do you want me to walk out right now? I can walk out right away. Well, let's not forget that it was you, Mr. Natsume, who asked me to represent you. Haha, gotcha. Yes, it's true that I'm just a student, new to London with little in the way of experience or skills, or luck. But I promise you this, I will fight your corner until the bitter end, and I will believe in you, Mr. Natsume. Oh, benevolent local student, Mr. Naruhodo Esquire. You're not alone here with us, Mr. Natsume. Whatever happens, we will always be on your side. Oh, wait, what? Oh, benevolent non-local assistant Miss Mikotoba Esquires. I am in your debt. Forever. I shall never forget this great kindness. Oh. Mr. Natsume, calls over the defense. The court session is about to begin. Kindly make your way into the courtroom at once. Okay. We are about to start. Alright then, Mr. Natsume. It's time. Let's go. Yes! What? This guy, so twitchy, so nervous. This is it. My second appearance in a British courtroom. And my second trial against the Reaper. I hope you're watching over me, Kazuma. Because this time, I won't let my faith waver. I'll believe in my client to the last. Just like you believed in me. I believe I can do this now. I'm ready for this fight. Ooh, okay. Hopefully all goes well. Okay, but I don't think things will go well. As per you, as par for all Ace 30 cases, things are going to become a very weird twist at the end. Let's begin the court case. Oh wow, it's the same guy, which means I can use the same voice, yay! In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session. I now call upon the counsels for the prosecution and defense to declare their willingness to proceed. Oh, hello Hottie, how are you doing? Have you been drinking a lot of blood? Wait, what? Never mind. The prosecution is fully prepared, my lord. The defense is ready, my lord. The Nipponese are a truly fascinating breed. Sorry, what? Lord Strongheart has told me all about you. That you are a student who arrived in London but 2 days ago, a mere amateur. Do you have a point? Being a compatriot, you feel compelled to try to help the accused, I suppose. Typical Nipponese arrogance. Hey, that's not very nice of you. Forgive me, but I do not believe arrogance is an appropriate description. Susato-san. After all, at our previous encounter, the defendant was found to be innocent. Oh wow, pouring wine already that quickly? Okay. Very true. And a most fascinating, if dark, trial it was too. The tragic conclusion came later, of course. Here's to the acquitted and his unfortunate violent end. Gosh, that's a bit scary. Thank you, counsels. I see both sides are in fine fettle. Now, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, are you ready to carry out your duties here in court as impartial members of the public? Oh, it's him again. Oh, you never know where you might be down on your luck, but I believe in fair play for everyone. Oh wow, what? Oh, she looks so gentle. Well, I must warn you, I'm rather more ruthless than I appear. Oh well, not me. What you see is what you get. I'm a peace-loving fellow. Why are you here? What? I'm afraid to say, I think it's quite possible that Moustache Foreigner did the deed. Why the heck are you here? Come on, what are we waiting for? No doubt he did it anyway. Wait, this guy looks familiar. Sorry? Didn't quite catch that. Why is she here? Oh, this is bad. Very well, let us proceed. Your opening statement, if you please, Lord Van Zieks. Very recently, Great Britain signed an alliance with a rising power in the Far East. The accused in the dock today is a student from that same land, a certain Mr. Suseki Natsume. And while our country has extended this foreign student the warmest of welcomes, regrettably, the kindness has not been returned. In fact, this student is accused of a most sinister act. Of plunging a knife into the back of an innocent woman who was doing nothing but walking down the street. A knife crime? I tell you from bitter experience, those are the worst. Bloody oath they are. How many... Okay, I wonder if you're actually going to see him return every single time. Would he be tired from doing jury duty? Just look at the sallow... Oh wait, no, the wrong voice. Just look at the sallow complexion and short stature. He's one of those dreadful Japanese. Hey. Don't be mean, okay? Come on, let's get this over with me now. Everyone, 1, 2, 3. Sorry? Didn't quite catch that. Oh my god. We're gonna be dealing with like this kind of jury members. This is gonna be the worst. This is just the absolute worst. Pray, forgive the discourtesy of smashing my haloed chalice here in this great chamber. It's okay, you're hot. It's fine. I forgive you. Allow me to call the first witness to the stand. Very well. Bailiff, lead the inspector in, please. Oh, it's the... I forgot his name. Yeah, the fries guy. Your name and occupation, please. Hi. Oh. Oh, wow. I forgot that this is Gregson's tune here. But it's actually quite nice. I can't remember his voice though. I don't even remember the voice I gave you already. Yes, sir. Tobias Gregson, Detective Inspector at Scotland Yard. Would you please summarize the events of the case for the court, Inspector? The victim is thought to be a young woman in her 20s by the name of Olive Green. Okay. I beg your pardon, Inspector? Thought to be? Yes. Having been stabbed in the back by her attacker's knife, the victim fell unconscious. That was 3 days ago now, and she's been comatose ever since. What? So, they don't even know who she is for sure? Huh. Comatose, I see. But her life is not in danger? Fortunately for the Eastern student, the charge will not be murder. Pray, elaborate on the details, Inspector. Okay, please tell me more. Sir, if I could ask everyone to look at this street map. Okay. Yeah, this one. Yeah, I remember seeing this. As I mentioned, the incident took place 3 days ago at around 5 in the afternoon. It happened on the pavement running alongside Briar Road, a wide thoroughfare for horse-drawn vehicles. It had not long since stopped snowing as the victim, Miss Green, was walking down the street. Okay. Out of the blue, she was approached from behind by the accused and stabbed in the back. Okay. Luckily, the young lady's life was spared and she's currently being treated in one of the city's hospitals. But being unconscious as she is, we've been unable to take a statement from her, of course. This is the case file with everything we know about the victim so far. Okay, thank you. I'm gonna take a look at it. Yes, let's accept it. A file containing an overview of the case and details about the victim. She was found with a knife in her bag and is currently in hospital yet to regain consciousness. What was the weapon that was used? Sir, I have that here. It was removed from the victim's bag. Ouch. That big thing is starting to make me scared to walk down the street now. With a heavy blade like that, almost anybody would have been able to stab the poor woman. Even the scragged-looking Soseki-san, I suppose. A common garden jackknife, I would say, rather nondescript. Thank you, Inspector. The court accepts the blade as evidence. Okay, a large but commonplace folding knife. It was found lodged in the victim's bag. Now then, what do we know of the motive? Money or valuables, I presume? From what we can tell by looking at the woman's possessions, it seems like she's a poor student herself. I wonder if I should change the voice a bit. Hard to imagine she would have had anything much worth pinching, my lord. I guess. I see. Well, in that case, are we looking at some deep-seated resentment towards the victim? I'm afraid I couldn't say. Apart from visiting second-hand bookshops, the defendant, Mr. Natsume, doesn't appear to get out much. At this moment in time, we haven't been able to establish any sort of connection between him and the victim. If theft and grievance had been ruled out as a motive, what reason could Mr. Natsume possibly have had for stabbing a young woman? Yet, you arrested the man in spite of that, in a totally unjustified and heavy-handed way. Oh, whoa. Oh yeah, wait, what? Do you plan to stop throwing things? Pray forgive the discourtesy of flinging a freshly uncorked bottle into the public gallery. Oh no, the poor audience. But your words have soured this haloed bouquet. For it is you, my learned friend, who is being heavy-handed here. Oh, what? Scotland Yard does not arrest people without good cause. That should be beyond question. Inspector Gregson, the prosecution calls for your formal testimony. Explain to the court precisely why the constabulary came to arrest the Nipponese student. Yes, sir. Okay, before we begin, witness testimony. We are going to look at the evidence. Mr. Natsume's arrest. Let me look at the court record first, please. And thank you very much. Have you seen this already? Yeah, I have. Okay, I've seen this already. Wait, let me just recap this in case I forget. Your books, 17 February 4:45. The customer was Mr. Natsume. He paid 2 shillings and got 3 books. Okay, got it. Case file, yes, I would like to read this. Incident report. Young woman rendered unconscious following a stab wound to the back. Victim, olive green, female, stout build, early 20s. Location, pavement of Briar Road, East Side. Reporting officer, Rolly Beat. Okay, so that's a different person then, okay. Additional notes, the victim remains unconscious. Her name was gleaned from her personal effects. Other details are unknown. Apart from the single stab wound from the large knife, no other signs of injury were observed. The assailant was seen running away by the reporting officer and was successfully arrested the following day. Wait, so you're saying that Rolly Beat saw the thing? Okay, got it. Sure. Let's see the knife. Jackknife. Well, it looks like a normal knife currently, so let's just examine it. Oh wait. Oops, yep. Oh wait, wait a minute. Uh-oh, why is this like that? Okay, let me just. Why does it look like that? What's this? Oh, that's the handle. Okay. Okay, bring it back. And why is the Tip of the knife gone. Where is the tip? Oh, look here, Mr. Naruhodo. Just at the tip. A small piece of the blade appears to be missing. You're right. Well spotted, Miss Susato. I wonder what could have happened to it. Yeah, where is it? Yes, you don't think it could still be lodged in the victim, do you? Yeah, if that's the case, that is going to be a problem. Oh dear, I do hope not. This was terribly painful. Okay, let's keep a mental note of that, I guess. Oh, wait. I would like to see the people. Strongheart, Tobias Gregson, Suseki Natsume, 33, okay. Iris Wilson, 10? Okay. Joan Garrideb, why the hell is she here? She's in attendance today as a member of the jury. Yes, thanks. I didn't know that, huh? An old knee injury means that he's confined to a chair most of the time. He definitely doesn't look 46, guys. He looks so freaking damn old. Jeez. Herlock Sholmes. There's not a person in the world who hasn't heard of this famous great detective. Not a person except me, apparently. Baroque Van Zeeks, 32. Ooh, wow, okay. Concrete details of the man are not forthcoming. And olive green, unknown. The victim of this case, who was found with a knife in her back. Luckily, the wound didn't prove fatal, but the woman remains unconscious in a hospital bed. Okay, got it. As I said, it was 5 o'clock in the afternoon when the incident occurred, and there was an unusually light fog. Visibility was reasonably good, and there was no one else alone but the victim and the accused. Out of the blue, the victim was stabbed from behind and subsequently collapsed on the pavement. The accused ran off, scattering his belongings all over the floor. Those being a number of old books he'd just bought. He was on his way home from a bookshop, it seems. It was just a matter of working out who the books belonged to, and we found the bloke to arrest him. Wait, so you guys still don't know a particular motive then, right? If that's the case. Old books, you say? Yes, my lord. I have a photograph here of the scene of the crime taken immediately after the incident. Oh wow. Oh yes, I can clearly see the books to which you are referring. I will take that photographic print as evidence, please. Okay, let's take it. A photograph of the scene taken by a policeman just after the incident occurred. A large knife can be seen thrust into the victim's back. You Nipponese are a spineless breed. Too cowardly to admit defeat. Hey, don't be rude. Denying everything despite overwhelming evidence to the contrary. Well, Forgive me, Lord Van Zeeks, but the defender is not denying everything, as you put it. What are you doing, Miss Susato? Do go on. Light fog, but photo looks like someone threw a smoke grenade at her. Well, it's okay. Minor details, it's fine. Mr. Natsume has admitted to playing some part in the incident. Isn't that right, Mr. Naruhodo? Well, now that you mention it, when we visited him in the prison yesterday, he did tell us what had all happened. Yeah, he definitely did. Yeah, so he mentioned that he saw one other person, a woman, wearing a green overcoat. Okay. Right, so it's this one, right? She suddenly let out a little scream and collapsed onto the cold, hard slabs of stone at my feet. Okay. Yeah, and then Soseki ran away. He ran away, right? Okay, got it. A green overcoat? But that is exactly what the woman in the print is wearing. Oh my, a photographic print in full color. What will the world come up with next? This is useless statements. The defendant has done nothing more than admit he fled the scene of a terrifying incident. That does not mean that he's guilty of the heinous crime of stabbing the woman in the back. There was nobody else there at the time. Just the two of them, the victim and the accused. In other words, there is nobody else who could possibly have stabbed the woman. A fact that the accused concedes. But that's true. He did concede that part, so... It seems this cross-examination could prove to be pivotal, counsel. Proceed, please. Okay, let's see what we can do with this. Yes, my lord. Nothing for it. I have to use this cross-examination to turn the tables here. It's our only chance. I wonder what we can get from this now. Oh man, Venzix looks so good in that profile there. Okay, before we continue, I would like to take a look at something. Oh god, I shouldn't have presented this. Can I just examine it? Yeah. Yes, I would like to examine this. Okay, so the knife is here. Oh, I can't see the things. I only can zoom in like that, and that's about it. Okay. Well, there doesn't seem to be any particular detail that I need to look at for now, right? It seems fine. So, okay. Yeah, am I trying to look for anything? Probably not. I thought that I could actually press these things to know what the titles of the book are, but never mind. It's okay. As I say, it was 5 o'clock in the afternoon when the incident occurred, and there was unusually light fog. Okay, tell me more about this. Mata! A light fog, you say? Well, light for London. You can see the opposite side of the street for once. Not much farther though. That's light, is it? Around these parts? Yes. Not something I'd expect a Japanese fellow like yourself to know, of course. I've read that London is famous for its fog. Really? Is that true? But in my country, people usually imagine that gives the city a rather beautiful appearance. How quaint. Yes, well, it's not something us Londoners tend to romanticize, as I expect you can appreciate. I see. At this time of year, the fog causes a large number of accidents, especially when it's heavy. Sometimes you can't even see your own hand at the end of your arm. Indeed, the other day I was very nearly trampled by horses before I could see the carriage they were pulling. Oh god. Susato-san and I should definitely remember to stop, look and listen. Yeah, true. Be careful when crossing junctions. However, on the day that concerns us, the fog was somewhat lighter than usual. A fact no doubt lamented by the accused. That's true, he did say that the fog was quite light, right? Visibility was reasonably good and there was no one else around but the victim and the accused. How are you able to state that with any certainty? Quite simply, my learned friend, because that is what the witnesses to this crime have told us. That's okay. Ah yes, Inspector Gregson mentioned the witnesses yesterday, didn't he? That's right, one of them is a policeman, I believe, from Scotland Yard. The one who wrote the reporting officer, right? That is correct, ma'am. Then we must hear the testimony. The prosecution will of course call them to the stand, should it be necessary. Oh, okay. But wait a minute. At 5 o'clock in the afternoon in the middle of winter, it would have been dark already. No matter how light the fog might have been, no one could have seen. I'm aware of the situation on your tiny island in the east. But here in the capital city of Great Britain, all main roads are illuminated in the night by gas street lights. Ah! The prosecution believes there would have been ample light by which to witness the crime. Quite. Here in London, for the first time in history, mankind has completely conquered the darkness. Which means we really need to hear those witness statements. If I could just get through the fog of this cross-examination, maybe we'll be able to. It seems the counsel for the defense is taking stock. Continue with your testimony, Inspector. Thanks. God damn it. Out of the blue, the victim was stabbed from behind and subsequently collapsed on the pavement. From behind, you say? That's right. As you can see from this print. Yeah, she was definitely stabbed in the back, that's for sure. Yes, quite so, Inspector. The handle of the weapon is clearly protruding from the victim's back. And you say this poor woman, Miss Green, remains in a critical condition, comatose no less? I'm afraid so, my lord. Yes, she's being treated at Bart's. I was hopeful that she'd come around before the trial started so I could take a statement, but it wasn't to be. Yes, that is indeed a pity. It would have been most illuminating to hear the victim's own account of events. Luck is on your client's side, it seems. Why is he randomly holding fries and sausages? It's fish and chips. It's his favorite food. He always has fish and chips in his hand. On the contrary, my client has been exceedingly unlucky. Your force of tone is seriously undermined by those disturbingly wide eyes, I'm afraid. It's okay, Ryu. Deep breaths. Breathe in, breathe out. You'll be fine. The accused ran off, scattering his belongings all over the floor. Oh, wait, sorry. Whoops. My bad. Okay, tell me more about this. Mr. Natsume's belongings? I think you'll find it all there in the photographic print of the crime scene. Yes, the 3 books on the floor. That's right, my lord. Second-hand books they were. Irreparably damaged after falling in the snow, of course. The accused could easily have carried all 3 books in one hand, which means his other hand would have been free to wield a knife, for example. He's very clever, isn't he? What do you mean? He's made it extremely hard for you to assert that Mr. Natsume had his hands full with his books. True. He's managed to close the one avenue of escape we might have had before we even knew he was there. You mean to say that the defender was holding his belongings as he thrust the knife into the woman's back? Tells me what happened, my lord, yes. Those being a number of old books he'd just bought. He was on his way home from a bookshop, it seems. This is correct though, but I would like to know more. The defender apparently visits a second-hand bookshop on a daily basis. Yes, so I understand. A shop full of old English literature. I commend the accused on the lofty subject matter of his scholarly attention. The bloke's room was stacked floor to ceiling with those musty old books. Can you tell us more about the bookshop in question, please, Inspector? Well, if I must, I'll have to ask you to look at the street map again, I'm afraid. Okay, tell me, where is it? Oh, Bourbon Books, okay. The closest second-hand bookshop to the accused's lodgings is this place here, Bourbon Books. A little place on the corner of Briar Road and Mearsham Street. I don't know how to pronounce that word. Mearsham? Does anyone know how to pronounce it? As it happens, the accused is currently living in lodgings on the other side of Briar Road at the opposite end, which means it doesn't take a genius to work out the route he would have taken home. Something like this. Okay, fair enough. The local mass information updated, thank you. Yes, I concur with your conclusion, Inspector. The defender would certainly have passed the scene of the crime on his way home from that particular shop. Mr. Naruhodo, I think that what the inspector just told us could turn out to be of vital importance. Yes, I know what you mean, Susato. Don't worry, I already knew from the start. I got it. Yes, I agree. The most important point that the inspector just made being the bookshop's name. Inspector Gregson, may I ask you a favor? What? Would you kindly add the name of the bookshop to your formal testimony, please? I believe it may be of vital importance. Maybe? Oh, well, you know, I mean, yes, it could be a very important clue. Oh my god, that was so cute. that thing where he was just scratching his head. Oh, man, those sprites are super adorable. Very well, not that I can see it being of any great significance. But please, revise your testimony accordingly, Inspector. Yes, sir, my lord. Whatever you say. Could the man be any more sardonic? It's fine. Just let him do his testimony, it's fine. He was on his way home from Bourbon Books, a second-hand bookshop he apparently patronizes. Well, okay, there's actually one last statement here, right? It's just a matter of working out who the books belong to. I think we are just going to skip that statement. I just want to present the evidence for this. Sir, the receipt says that he went to your books. So, what is happening? If I could just stop you there, Inspector Gregson. What is it, Sunshine? I'm a busy man, you know. This is a receipt that we found in Mr. Natsume's room. It was issued on the day of the incident and details the purchase of 3 second-hand books. And you found that in the accused's room, did you? Yes, but the point is not where the receipt was found, but the name of the shop printed on it. Go on. This receipt was issued from a bookshop called Your Books. Your Books? Y-O-R-E, I presume? Yes. Yes, my lord. So Mr. Natsume did indeed purchase a number of books at a second-hand bookshop that day. However, the bookshop in question was not Bourbon Books. Eh? What? Inspector, do you know this other bookshop? Yes, sir. Your Books is another second-hand bookshop not far from Bourbon Books. It's just that... well, it's such a small place, I didn't think the accused would have known about it. Well, he's a nerd, right? So... but in fact, that is the bookshop which the defendant visited on the day in question. And this receipt proves it. It's okay, he's a nerd. We can all accept that Natsume is a nerd. Yes, for what difference it makes. Wherever the man purchased his musty tomes, it makes no difference in the final analysis. I disagree. I mean, after all, I have the street map here, if that might be of help. Oh, yes, thank you. Have a look at this, please. Okay. If the defendant had been returning from Bourbon Books, then yes, he would almost certainly have passed the place where Miss Green was attacked. However, if we take into account the fact that he was actually at another bookshop, Your Books, it may very well turn out that he wouldn't have passed that location at all. Could that be true? My, it rather depends on where this other bookshop is, but I do declare it may be a possibility. Is that right, Mr. Lawyer, sir? What you just said? Absolutely, it absolutely could be right. Imagine if they just say that like it's right beside you or something. Inspector Gregson, where is this Your Books establishment? Well, obviously we looked into that. Where is it? It turns out that Your Books... oh, is just here on the next corner of Meerstrom Street going east. Okay. Huh. Okay, that's interesting. And there you have it, as you can clearly see now. Clearly see what? Oh, precisely. Ryu, do you not notice it? Nothing changes. My learned Nipponese friend is obviously in training to be a clown, the way he regales us with such witticisms. To your future career in the circus. Excuse me, Van6. You put that glass down now, or I'll put it down for you. Whoa, Susato, calm down. I didn't think I needed to spell it out, but here we go. if the accused was coming home from your books instead of Bourbon books, there's no doubt he still would have passed the place where the victim was stabbed. True. That is true. But I would like to know how long it took for him to actually walk there as well, if it's possible. Yes, thank you, Inspector. Aw man, it's okay, Ryu. We'll get to the bottom of this. Allow me to reiterate for my learned, if somewhat slow, Nipponese friend. Oh! Wherever the man purchased his musty tomes, it makes no difference in the final analysis. Ah, it's okay, Ryu. As I suspected, you can't fool me, and I don't suggest you try. I just say, I've had enough of this now. Beg your pardon? Terribly sorry, but would you mind repeating that? Mr. Naruhodo, we mustn't give up. What do you mean? If the prosecution's assertion is correct, the members of the jury may very well decide that Mr. Natsume is guilty. Yeah, so we are going to do the flames of justice thing again, right? So we have to be careful. We must consider the assertion just put forward by the prosecution very, very carefully. They claim Soseki-san must have passed the location of the incident on his way home from your books, but does he necessarily need to? Right? He can walk, yeah, precisely, he can walk the other path, right? So I would like to raise an objection for this. The assertion just made by the prosecution is fundamentally flawed. Explain yourself, counsel. Yes, my lord. You can see what I mean on this map. When returning from your books to his lodgings, Mr. Natsume could have followed the route suggested by the prosecution. However, that isn't the only conceivable route to take between the two places. Precisely, right? So Calabash. If the defendant used these streets, look what happens. He arrives back at his lodgings without passing the location where the victim was attacked. Talking back to a clown is a fool's errand, of course. However, I feel compelled to point out that that route is what is commonly referred to as the long way round. Ah, on a cold winter's night, why would any man choose to take a longer route home? Well, the answer is extremely simple. He wouldn't. In other words, the accused took the obvious route back to his lodgings and is the obvious perpetrator of this crime. But, aha, yes, I've got it. Obviously, we must ask the man himself. Ask Mr. Natsume which route he took home. I've already informed the court of the accuser's response to such questioning. He claims he has no recollection. Thanks, Soseki-san. That's right. As I said, the bloke seems to spend his time outside, wandering aimlessly from A to B. That day was no exception. He says he doesn't remember where he was or which route he took home. I don't believe this. Uh-oh. Oh man, this Van 6 though. I thank you, my learned friend, and suggest that we do not waste any more of this court's time by wandering aimlessly around this subject. Pray, what say you insightful jurors? No, we have to do something about this. But even if that is the case, the defense still... Uh-oh. Oh, crap. 5 of them? 6 of them? I agree with Lord Van Six, wholeheartedly and in every way. What? I don't believe it. Does this mean... We members of the jury are completely convinced now. Uh-oh. Very well, in that case, I hereby call upon all members of the jury to present your findings to the court.
有罪
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 有罪有罪
Oh wow. God damn it, what the heck? No, 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 this is not happening, guys. Uh-oh. It would appear the jury's leaning is unanimous. Ryu? To the insightful members of the jury, I applaud your brave resolve. You served the queen and country admirably. Mr. Naruhodo. No, no, no. I want to know what the jury is thinking, please. No, not yet. This isn't over yet. I still have one last chance to sway the opinion of the jury. Yes, let's do it. Right now. I have to tip the balance of those skills the other way. I have to turn this around. Somehow. Those are the eyes of Query not yet willing to give up and die. Yes, Ryu. Recover yourself. So I presume you intend to wear your rights again in this trial. Rights of the defense written into antiquated British law that should have been buried long ago. Call it antiquated if you will, but it's the defense's prerogative to carry out a summation examination if it so chooses. Very well, counsel. In accordance with the letter of the law, we shall proceed with a summation examination. Are the members of the jury ready, Mr. Foreman? Of course we are ready. I'm all too familiar with that Nipponese whippersnapper and his onkus refusal to throw in his alley. Very well then, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. You will each explain on what grounds you have determined the defendant to be guilty.